Hey, I just want to talk for a moment about setting habits. You know, they say it takes 21 days to make a habit, 21 days to break a habit, but how do you actually go about the science of creating repeatable patterns of healthy behaviors in your life? Well, there's 4 stages of habit formation I want to guide you through. The first is the cue. Charles Duhigg, in his book Habits, talks about the cue. This is like the bell that gets rung, or coming down in the morning and hearing the coffee pot going. It's this external stimulus that triggers an internal thought. In fact, that brings us to step 2. So there's the cue, and then number 2 is the craving. The cue is the external factor. The craving is how our body responds to that. And then if we continue on with that craving, ultimately we indeed will have a response, which is step 3. So cue, craving, response. The response is our behavior to respond to that craving. So if it's the morning, you hear the coffee pot dripping, you think, ooh, I would like a fresh cup of coffee. The response is you go to the cupboard, you grab a coffee cup, you fill it up, and you sit down and enjoy that first cup. And then as you're enjoying that, you move into step 4 ultimately, which is reward. This is the feeling, the feel-good feeling, the reward that you're rewarding yourself from meeting that craving. Now, these 4 steps, cue, craving, response, and reward, these are, really, they could be used for good or for bad. So I really want to encourage you, leverage them for good. So for instance, if you want to create a healthy habit of working out regularly and building in a healthy routine in the new year or in the months ahead, consider what cue do you need to leave out for yourself. Maybe if you need to leave your exercise clothing and shoes, set them out the night before so that when you wake up, you see them first thing and you know that's the activity you're going to pursue. Or for you, maybe it's setting your Bible out or journal out so that you stumble upon it in the morning. That's the cue. You're building and reinforcing that craving for whatever that healthy behavior is and that pattern that you want to pursue. Ultimately, then give yourself a chance to respond, some say 21 days in a row, to form that habit, and then ultimately look back to say, what is the reward, the intrinsic or extrinsic reward that you could give to yourself. This can work in the business environment as well. Think of setting goals for yourself in business. What habits do you want to form? Maybe, like this, it's a habit to record 5 videos a week that you want to make sure that you're creating original content that can be sent out to the world. So set out kind of your video equipment, your device, set that out on Monday morning knowing that that's going to be your day to record or whatever that particular time is. Give yourself a fighting chance at forming those healthy and productive habits, not necessarily by just like willpowering your way into it. Leverage the science of habit formation. What cues can you set externally in your environment to intentionally create that trigger moment? And then ultimately on the reward side, what's going to be kind of the intrinsic or extrinsic reward that you're going to offer to yourself to reinforce that behavior? Follow those 4 steps from cue to craving, acknowledging the craving, moving to the response, and then give yourself that reward. That's a full circle, full loop, closed loop system there that will help you form your healthy habits. Leverage the power of this in your life and in your leadership, and I'm telling you, you are going to make outsized progress in the year ahead.